Hi everyone, I'm Yuki. Is your token a security or a commodity? Believe it or not, for over a decade, America couldn't give a consistent answer to that simple question. Regulators contradicted each other, courts split, and Congress stayed silent. That's finally changing. This is the Clarity Act, the most sweeping credit bill Congress has ever attempted. The House already passed it. The Senate is in the endgame right now. In the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through what's in it, using an interactive site where we can actually play with every rule. Then, let's go. First, why does this law need to exist? Watch this tug of war. On the left, the SEC. On the right, the CFTC. For years, both agencies pulled at the same token. The SEC saying that's a security. The CFTC saying no, that's a commodity. See? Those papers flying? Those are lawsuits. Companies didn't learn the rules by reading a rulebook. They learn them by getting sued. That's what people call regulation by enforcement. And here is what Clarity does. The law draws the line down the middle. You know which referee owns your token from day one. Rules, not lawsuits. The cost of ambiguity shows up in the numbers. 1 in 5 Americans own crypto. The market is worth $3.2 trillion. And yet, by industry estimates, US developers halved in 10 years. And roughly 90% of global exchange volume now happens outside the United States. The heart of the bill is this sorting machine. Every digital asset runs in one of three buckets. Investment contract assets, that's the SEC. Digital commodity, that's the CFTC. Or payment stablecoin, it's banking regulators. Let's sort Bitcoin. Get one. Is it pegged to the dollar as a payment token? No. Get 2. Is the network mature, decentralized, no issuer? Yes. And it drops into the digital commodity bucket under the CFTC. A dollar pegged stablecoin gets decided instantly at Gate 1. It goes to banking regulators under the Genius Act, which became law in 2025. Now, here is the fun part. 2 memes, 2 very different outcomes. Dogecoin, running since 2013, no issuer, open source, lands on the mature commodity side. Like this. But a meme coin launched these days. Watch. It gets stuck in the gray zone. If a team is selling it and the value rides on their effort, it might be a security. If it's a pure joke, it might be neither. This is the farthest boundary in the whole bill. This is the bill's most elegant invention, the maturity test. Watch what happens as I drag this slider. Early on, a project value depends on its core team, so it starts under the SEC with disclosure obligations. But as the network decentralizes, the issuer certifies to the SEC that the chain is mature, and if that holds up, the token guarantees to the CFTC as a digital commodity. The criteria: it works, it's open source, it runs on transparent rules, and nobody controls 20% or more. Tokens get a life cycle. Regulations that grow with the network. That's genuinely new. Exchanges and brokers register with the CFTC, but look at the transition design. Keep your eye on the little exchange icon. From enactment to provisional registration through rulemaking to full registration, it never once says closed. Existing exchanges keep operating the entire way, and the core duties like segregating customer funds, the big lesson from FTX, apply from day one of provisional status. For developers, everything hinges on one question: do you hold user funds? If you do, you are a financial institution. Full regulation. If you don't, if the keys stay with users, then wallet developers, protocol authors, validators are not money transmitters. That's section 604. Writing code isn't banking. And one more promise: self-custody. Same transfer to wallets. The intermediary root hits review queues, freeze risk, feeds. Your own key roots, it's instant. Clarity writes that bottom roots into row as the legal right. So far, so good. So why is this thing stuck? 3 fights. The biggest one is stablecoin yield. Let me show you the loophole in 4 frames. Frame 1. When you buy a stablecoin, the issuer packs your dollars in T-bills, and the yield flows to the issuer. And frame 2. The Genius Act bans the issuer from paying that yield back to you as interest. And frame 3. But what if the issuer hands the money to a partner exchange, which pays you under the name rewards? Same yield, different level. That's the loophole the banks are furious about. And frame 4. The current compromise: rewards for merely holding are restricted. Cashback-style rewards for spending are allowed. Banks say it's still too loose. Fight number 2. Law enforcement pushed back on Section 604. Though the tide is turning, in early July, a major sheriff's association dropped its opposition. And fight number 3 is ethics. With the president's family profiting from crypto ventures, Democrats are insisting no ethics language, no votes. So where does the bill stand? One word decides everything: the filibuster. In the US Senate, ending debates takes 60 votes out of 100. So the real passing line isn't a simple majority of 51, it's 60. Republicans hold about 53 seats. Moves Strider and they need at least 7 Democrats. There, 7 crossovers, exactly 60. Cloture invoked onto a vote. Here is the state of play. The White House July 4th signing target came and went. Senators returned July 13th, but that week goes to the defense bill. So floor debate likely slips to the late July or early August. About 20 working days remain before the August recess. Betting odds on passage are split anywhere from under 40 to 60%. And if it misses this window, most analysts expect it slides past the November midterms into 2027 or beyond. The site we use today works in 5 languages: English, Japanese, Spanish, Portuguese, and Korean. Link in the description. Go source some tokens yourself, count to 60. Trust me, it clicks 10 times faster when you touch it. Will crypto finally get its refugee, or does this slip to 2027? The moment there is news, I'll cover it. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!